Ciao, lovelies. Hey, pretty face, what do you need? Oh, hello, my man. I'm gonna do a video. I need you to take a step. I have pretty face down here. She's wanting attention. And it's probably because she saw me with my phone. We know how cats are. I am on for 5 Minute Fridays. I hope everyone has had a fantastic week. And I imagine everyone is looking forward to another weekend. Ma'am! Quit. When you jump on, let me know you're on. You can comment, you can wave, you can all that fun stuff. What a great day. I just got bit by a mosquito as I say that. Ah, funny Mother Nature. I hope you are well. Let's see what I got. Ciao. When you get on, say hi. Let me know you're here. I'll wave back, I promise. Today we are doing the whole you don't have to be perfect. I've got 5 points to go over, so I will probably go ahead and jump in. But holy Moses, people, you do realize you don't have to be perfect, right? That is never going to happen, and no matter what you do or what you try to do, you will never achieve perfection. And you know, I don't know if you need to hear that or not, but it's not going to happen. Hi guys. So the first one is going to be getting it just right. Thinking that everything has to be perfect at all times. And again, not true. The best thing you can do is to just do it. And if it's not perfect, then guess what? You can change it. That's what practice is. You do it over and over until you get better and better and better. And frankly, you will never be perfect at anything. And there will always be someone better than you at what you do. So why stress about that? Just know you're doing your best, and that's what matters. Really, that is what matters. Now, number 2 is perfection, like I've said, is an illusion. It's not happening. It's not there. Ciao. It is something that will, it will never happen. You can try and try and try and try and try, and no matter what you do, your body, your thoughts, your career, your family, nothing will ever be exact. And if you keep looking for that, you are going to just keep looking, and you're never going to be satisfied today. So please understand, it is an illusion. And like I had a parent where I kind of felt like I had to be perfect. Still do in that specific relationship, but not in the rest of my life. I had to talk right, I had to act right, I had to look right, I had to be right, I had to do all these things so I wouldn't embarrass anybody and that everyone would know I was the perfect kid. Well, I was a lot of fun. I was a ray of sunshine from what I'm told, and from what I remember, I was a happy kid. But it was an illusion. So, you know, perfection is not what you see, and really behind the scenes you have no idea what's going on. Just know that. So, let's go into number 3 on that one. Accept these flaws. These things, that value them. I have stretch marks because guess what? I have children. So, do I really hate the stretch marks? I don't think so. It's all a matter of perception. And if I see those stretch marks and it reminds me that I have 2 fantastic, awesome kids, then what does it matter if I have them? I don't know that okay, there's been one person in my life that says something to me about my cellulite. And that bothers me because they're like related. But, you know, I have cellulite. Like, who cares? Okay. I have on look, this is skin. It might be muscle underneath, but this is skin. Like, these are normal things. It's not a flaw. It's a human body. And we can only go through so much. Stuff can only stretch. Stuff can only go, through what you're putting it through for so long before it starts to change. So if you have flaws, if you have scars, if you have imperfections, like, we all see them. Like, I haven't worked out a whole bunch in a year, so check this out. I've got freaking wiggly wobbly wings when I tell my stories. And guess what? I'm not perfect. But I'm kind. And I'm thoughtful, and I'm some other stuff. And that's way more important. If I really want to fix this, guess what I'll do? I'll go take my ass out somewhere, and I will work out. And I will actually do something about it. I'm not going to sit around and cry about it, because well, let me just say, when it starts to bother me, well, let's just be real. I have been working out, and it does bother me. But it doesn't stop my life. That's, like, people just don't walk up to others and say these things. You really have to understand that it's you looking in the mirror. I look in the mirror, and I see all sorts of things wrong. All sorts of things that could be better. Okay, this eye right here, this one I call my Asian eye, because it slants down, and it's a noticeable slant, and I'm going to show you. So hang on. Yeah, there it is. You see how the skin over here hangs on top of this eye? I call it my Asian eye because I was born and raised in the Philippines, and it makes me laugh. Do you think anyone has ever walked up to me and said, "Oh, well, your face isn't 100% symmetrical, so I'm sorry, but you're a dog. And you don't deserve anything, and that's it. You're done. Your life is over, and your eye is slanted, and you're not perfect." Nobody says these things. This is our head. This is all us. So, try to look at some of these things differently. What have they done for you? What did you have to go through to get the battle wound? If it depends on you. It depends on what you've gone through. If you've gained some weight, if you've lost some weight, if whatever's happened, it happened. You can do something or you don't, but don't let that stop you from moving forward in life because there's something wrong. Everybody has something wrong. Everybody. All right, let me get off that little bandwagon. 4, love is not a reward for perfection. So no, since you're never going to be perfect, if love is what you get when you're perfect, you're never going to get love, which is ridiculous. And this whole thing about having to be perfect to be in a relationship, so not true. I'm going to keep yelling it because that's one of the things I feel strongly about, is you learn yourself. You learn your triggers, you learn your flaws, you learn your strengths through relationship with others. It can be romantic, it can be a friend, coworker. I'm going to keep batting on this one, because when you are in a relationship, that shows you what you need to work on, and that shows you what you need to work on more of, because it needs to get better, or you need to get better. So there's no reward for perfection. The only thing that's going to happen is you're going to be stressed to high hell, and you're not going to enjoy anything because you're worried about every motion and act and word and your face and your clothing and all these things. Like, no one cares. They like you. You take the skin suit off, they like you. It doesn't matter what shape you come in, what form, your identity. Nah, they like this. They like what's inside. That's it. Love is not a reward. So it's going to be them loving you as you are, flaws and all. So if you can start accepting those flaws, then you'll understand, well, wait a minute. The person I love, they're not perfect. Let me come up with some stuff. They smack their mouth when they eat. They leave the toilet seat up. They don't, whatever your partner doesn't do, they're not perfect. So the fact that you think you might need to be is ridiculous, because it's never going to happen. And if you're not going to be happy until then I'm afraid you're never going to be happy. And that makes me very sad for you. All right. Trying to do 5 minutes. This is not working. Last point. You don't have to do it alone. Everyone out there every society and sometimes family for some of us. Hopefully not your friends, but there are so many people in our world that tell us we have to be perfect. We have to dress this way. We have to be this size. We have to be this shape. We have to like these things. These things are taboo. This is okay. But if you do this, then all of a sudden you're not welcome in the club anymore. No. That is not the case. There are so many of us looking for somebody else that feels the same way. If I tell you my butt's too small, and that's something that has bothered me my whole life. No matter how much I've worked out, I've tried to get a bigger butt. And apparently, God gave me a stomach. I didn't get a big butt. So, you know what? That's fine. My body's not perfect. But if it was, I bet you I'd still find something to complain about. I've got like this little wobbly neck thing. I pointed out I have this little wobbly neck thing. It's a family trait, not going away. It doesn't stop me from anything. I don't have to like it to accept it, to know it's part of me. I would seriously have to go through surgery to fix that. And I gotta tell you, it's not that important. It's really not. I'm typically the only one that sees it until I point it out. There's so many things I can point out on myself the minor stupid things that you're probably looking at me like, okay, you're dumb. But guess what? It's my perception. It's what I see that is important. And as long as I know that I am beautiful and I am loved, I don't need anything else. I can have the cellulite. I can have the stretch marks. I can have the flabby neck. And, well, we're not going to talk about my arms anymore. There's things I can't change. Literally, I cannot change them. So I either accept them or I don't. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to try to take better care of my body. And I'm going to realize, I did do some of these things to myself. I did. I'm a smoker. There are lines. Let me crinkle. See, there's lines. Do you look at me and say, oh, no, nah, she's getting older. She's got lines now. We can't talk to her anymore. No, this is in your head. In your head. So, no, you're not alone, and you don't have to do it alone. That's what this group is for. You can share these things, and I guarantee you there will be at least 20 other people that say, yeah, me too. This is my least favorite part of my body, and I don't know how to feel about it. But you have a few other people tell you why it's beautiful, you might start believing it. It's that whole relationship thing where, you have friends for support. You have people in your life, a village, if you will, and each of these people do different things for you. But in the meantime, they should all be supporting you. And if they know that you have an issue with something, they're probably just going to lift you up and pick you up and say, no, you're dumb. Don't look at it this way. This is what it looks like to me. It's beautiful. It's attractive. It's lovable. It's all these things. So, I am sure I've gone over the 5 minutes. Ciao, lovelies. I'm pretty sure I have at this point. But, no, you don't have to be perfect. If you think someone is perfect, if you think they have the perfect life, I bet if you opened the door and looked behind it, you would be very, very surprised to find out what's actually going on in that person's head. The reason I share a lot of what I've gone through and some of the traumas and some of the way I feel about myself is so that you're not alone. Because no matter what you look like, there's going to be something you're not happy with. And until it gets to the point where you're just like, I don't care anymore. I like me. My body's all right. I don't need to be perfect. And if someone doesn't like me because I have stretch marks, well, guess what? You're missing out because I'm awesome. So there's that. All right, I'm going to jump off here. I swear, I keep saying it. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Make it amazeballs. And as always, from my face to yours, I love you. Ciao.